what would you say is Awakening Aphrodite to you?
I think all of us, part of spiritual development is balancing the masculine and the feminine forces in us. Women have a female body, so the nature of the soul, as Jung called a woman's soul nature, is the animus, which is her masculine element. And every man has an anima, which is the subtle conscious energy within him that completes him, is the feminine. And neither of us reaches our creative potential until we have a balance of the masculine and the feminine. And we, as you know, now have a world full of dried out masculinized women that are really trying to wear the pants, and you know, so many single parent families where women are raising children by themselves and working themselves. My mother, you know, my father took off when my mother had 3 children. She had me at 16, my brother at 17, my sister at 18. Then my dad left her all alone, so she had to work 2 8-hour a day waitressing jobs back to back. So my point is, she had to push herself so hard into the masculine that she really, like many women, lost connection to her nurturing self. And to nurture herself, she had to be like a warrior that had to go through hell to keep these kids fed and sheltered. And we have now got this opportunity to bring the feminine awareness back to nature, to bring the feminine awareness back to government and to education. And women have the opportunity to calm the masculine that's been programmed into them by society and patriarchal religious and ideology. And men need to reconnect with the feminine inside of them and stop being so rational and logical and get back into their intuitive and their feeling nature, or they're going to kill themselves and everything else. So to me, awakening Aphrodite means less in the Greek sense of the myth, but more in the awakening. To me, Aphrodite symbolizes the feminine, so it means awakening the feminine to me. And you know, like I have to be conscious as a kind of alpha male type, badass paratrooper, motocross racer, boxer, kickboxer, and a long list of things, rodeo rider, that when I'm with Angie or Penny or my children,
Me.
or you, yeah, and you, yeah,
As your client.
Yes, yeah, and you actually are great because you will remind me and help me. You've helped me many times. So paradoxically, you coach me because you can feel when I get into that sort of direct to show masculine dominant mode. And so I've always really enjoyed the fact that you're brave enough to say, Paul, you know, you come into your feminine a little bit, or, you know, you have your own way of saying it. And I can feel it, you know. Mm-hmm. But so for me, awakening Aphrodite, like when I go play with my kids, I got to not be goal oriented. I got to just be in the process. You see, women are process oriented beings. Men are outcome oriented. So when a man comes home from work at night and a woman starts talking about everything that happened all day, his first reaction is to fix it. But that leaves men under the assumption that women aren't smart enough to address their own issues and challenges, which they are. So the woman just wants someone to be present with them and share what she experienced without being fixed. But if a man's telling you about his problems, he usually wants you to fix them because he says, I don't give a shit about the process, just make the pain go away, or put some more money in my account, you know? So for awakening Aphrodite, for me, is saying we need to reconnect to nurture. We need to see the world as our child and us as the children of the world. We've got to listen more. We have to go out of thinking into more feeling and get clear on what our values are. And we need to be less sensory driven, momentary, instantaneous gratification, and get quiet enough to use our intuition, because our intuition shows us the whole picture, which is also quite a feminine quality. So in a nutshell, awakening Aphrodite for me, which I think you do an amazing job with on your podcast, is becoming aware of what we need to become an effective mother and nurturer for ourselves and the world. Because right now the world is on fire. And if we don't bring the water, which fortunately we're coming into Aquarius, which is, you know, a water carrier. The Pisces constellation was very rational, logical, organized, and patriarchal. And so we've got to stop reading books and start being with each other. And we've got a chance to do it now. So I think Awakening Aphrodite is saying, wake up to who and what you are before it's too late. And you're in so much pain, you can't fix it. Because if you figure out what's wrong when you've crippled yourself, you won't be able to do anything about it except cry. And I think if you're going to cry over the beauty of life, cry over the depth of connection that we really do have to each other and to nature. And to me, that is Awakening Aphrodite, really.